Hello, my name is Nico Martini, and I am here talking to you guys, the NSLS. And Diana Miller is a student of mine, and she asked me to do a conversation with you all. I would have liked to have been able to do it on Skype or on Google Plus, have a little bit more of interactivity, that sort of thing. However, I am in Sydney, Australia right now, and it is about 3 in the morning, and this just worked out better. So, again, my name is Nico Martini. A little bit about me: I teach digital marketing design in the Arts and Technology program here at the University of Texas at Dallas, and a couple of years ago, I got my master's degree in emerging media and communications. So it all kind of started back when I actually used to be a theater director. And in the course of my theater direction, I would run into theater companies that I would be working with a theater company, and then we would sit down and we would have a marketing meeting, and I would start saying things like, I don't understand why you aren't using MySpace at the time. This thing is free, there's a whole bunch of people on it, why can't we market on MySpace? And eventually I was working as the program manager for Shakespeare Dallas, and the artistic director turned to me and said, I would love to use it, I have no idea how to use it. If you can use it, we should start using it. So at the time, I had no idea how to use it, and I said, well, I can certainly figure it out. So I sat down with MySpace and kind of figured out what is the best way to target fans of theater, or fans of Shakespeare Dallas, or fans of Shakespeare. And it just kind of went from there. So I started with MySpace, with Shakespeare Dallas, and got to the point that it was the marketing was going really well, and it was surprising me. I mean, coming from a theater background, this marketing was never really something that I thought would be something that I would be into, but it was kind of surprising. And so it starts going really well, and then I've got other actor and director friends around the area saying, hey, can you help us with our social media stuff? And sure, yeah, absolutely, why not? And then all of a sudden I kind of figured out that this is what I want to do when I grow up. So yeah, it just kind of evolved from there. I decided to go get a graduate degree, and I started my own company about 3.5 years ago. We're called Hypeworthy, and it's gone amazingly well. And this has truly been an incredible experience and an incredible ride. Coming from a theater background has actually helped me a lot as far as how I approach the concept of social media. I used to be a director, and so the way that I go at this now is it's in a similar manner as a director. Now, what I mean by that is that a director, you have a script, you have an audience, and you have a group of actors. In social media, you have a client, you have a product, and then you have all of the different tools that you are using to reach your audience. In my opinion, it's the exact same thing. I have the storyline that is coming from my client. I have these particular tools that I am using to elicit a particular emotion out of this particular audience. And these are the different ways that I can reach this particular audience through social media. And so it's very much storytelling, in my opinion. And if you're doing it right, there's a lot of storytelling in a digital marketing campaign. That's one of the things that I sort of feel is lost in the way a lot of people go about this stuff. But it's one of the things that I kind of feel makes the way that we approach things unique, which is great. So, okay, there's, in a nutshell, that's a little bit about me. I wanted to kind of give you a brief overview on why a brand or why yourself. Please take everything I'm saying when I say brand and internalize this, because you as an individual need a social media presence just as badly as any brand out there, because the world is changing. And let me give you an example. Teaching in the arts and technology program, I have a lot of video game designers who come through the program, and we have a lot of game designers, and they're all incredibly talented kids. We have a ridiculously wonderful program at UTD, and they're all ridiculously talented. And the thing that I try to drill into their heads before they leave this program is that, as of right now, going through this program, building up your portfolio, going through all of the motions that it is being an undergrad, these are great, these are necessary, these are the building blocks of what sort of an artist you will be when you leave here. However, as soon as you leave here, everybody that you are in class with right now immediately becomes your competition. And you are all going up for the same type of jobs. This is in every single class set at UTD. Everybody coming out of it, as soon as you graduate, you are going to become each other's competition. That's just kind of how it is. Now, it's great to be incredibly talented. It is great to be at the top of your class. However, you need to realize something. Everybody vying for the jobs that you are is incredibly talented and is at the top of their class. And there is one easy way to differentiate yourself from everybody who you are now in competition with, and that is absolutely how you market yourself. If you are better at marketing yourself, you are going to have a much better shot at these same jobs that people who are just as talented as you are going up for. Get yourself out there, connect to as many people as you possibly can, and market yourself. And there is nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's absolutely necessary. So, a few additional reasons why you should have a social media presence. Any great social media campaign can position a company or an individual as a thought leader within an industry. And that creates a position of authority, and that increases trust among those who you are trying to increase trust among. Now, what do I mean by thought leader? A thought leader is somebody on the forefront of thought in a particular industry, kind of on the cutting edge. It's basically the person that you would go to seek the answers for blank. Whatever that blank is, that's the avenue that you can utilize social media to kind of heighten your position within. This is an incredibly powerful tool, especially when you are about to step out into the job place. If you have a very, very active social media presence where you have been proving to everybody who you are about to start trying to impress, i.e. future employers, that you know what you're talking about and you are a leader, you are an expert in this particular field. When you start applying for jobs in this particular field, you have a mountain of evidence that shows that you know exactly what you're talking about and exactly what you're doing. And that thing is one of the differences that can absolutely set you apart between people who are just as qualified as you. The second thing that I kind of wanted to talk about as far as social media goes is it allows you to build a community. This works particularly well when I'm talking to artists, is Social media allows you to put your message in front of the community on the terms in which they would like to receive it. So if you are an artist and you figure out that your art is much more receptive through Facebook than it is through Tumblr, then you have that avenue, and you know how to manipulate that and that sort of thing. Some people love Facebook, other people's are addicted to Twitter, other people's are absolutely dedicated to YouTube. Social media allows you to cut the steps it takes for somebody to receive the information that you are trying to get to them. You are able to then customize whatever content you are creating based on that particular network and the types of people that you are trying to get the information to. Social media allows you to do that. It allows you to hit your community on their terms. Speaking of community, and this is an incredibly powerful thing, you have the ability to grow a community around yourself, around a product, around a service, whatever it may be. This allows fans of your product to not only connect to you, but to connect to one another and to discuss their experiences around the product or service or individual. And it gives the ability for them to become friends with your product or brand or individual or experience or service as the bond that has allowed these people to become friends and to get to know each other. That is incredibly powerful. It's an incredibly powerful human emotion that leads to absolute dedication. If you are able to be the center of a community, that community will start to disseminate your message for you, and you can just step back and let the snowball go. Creating a community that is dedicated to yourself or to your product or to your brand is absolutely the most powerful thing that is happening in social media right now. It's changing everything. It's taking what has previously been one-to-many communication, which is a brand talking to people they're trying to get to buy, just talking and talking and talking. And it has switched it to the brand talking with people with each other about the brand, and this is a big shift in the way that communication is going down, and it's all because of these avenues of social media. Your community will take care of your marketing for you once you get the community active and you get them engaged and you start creating these bonds through your social media channels, through your product. Once you have an active community like that, again, you push the snowball and you just let it go. Those are, in my opinion, those are the most important things to realize about social media. The other thing that you need to know is that everything is a network now. Absolutely everything is a network. I'm a network, you are a network, the person next to you is a network, the Leadership Society is a network, this UTD is a network, Richardson is a network, Texas is a network. At the same time, LinkedIn is a network, Facebook is a network, Twitter is a network. And then to kind of get even more abstract, fans of Descartes are a network. Fans of vegan food are a network. There are all of these networks now, and part of the beauty of the internet is the fact that we can actually see these networks happening, and we can tap into these networks when it is time to specifically disseminate information. One of the most powerful things about Facebook, for instance, is the fact that it's powerful and it's terrifying at the same time. If you are looking for single African American females in Boise, Idaho who like soccer, you can absolutely find it because Facebook has all of that information. that's an incredibly powerful thing. It's a scary thing, but it is an incredibly powerful thing when you were talking about marketing. When you were talking about different ways to kind of get information out there. The internet is absolutely changing the game, and it is one of the most important things that you can start utilizing and you can start getting out there. Let me make sure that I'm covering everything that Diana wanted me to kind of talk about. Sorry for the stop down. Okay. Communicate with friends in relation to school activities and events and accessing your organization, advertising your organization. There are great ways that you can utilize tools online to advertise this organization, if that's something that we're going after. That you can approach different student groups. Again, because of the amount of information that is online, you are able to access anything. So if you, let's say the student group decides to put together a concert, every single band that you have at the concert has a different network of people. And so once you put the concert on, then you go to each individual band and you hit each individual band's networks. You go to all of the music blogs and the entertainment blogs in the DFW area who have covered these bands, and you go to each of those networks and you tap into those networks and you let everybody know what is going on. The easiest way for you to get information out there now is to treat it as if everything is absolutely a network. That is the most powerful thing. That is the most powerful concept that I can possibly convey to you. As soon as you start seeing everything as a network, your whole point of view regarding the dissemination of information will completely change. I feel like I'm babbling, so I'm going to go ahead and call it. But hopefully this was interesting. Hopefully this at least sparked your interest in utilizing tools online and utilizing social media for just the different ways that you can approach people. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to shoot me an email, or you can follow me on Twitter. My email is nico.martini at hypeworthy.net. That's nico.martini at hypeworthy.net. Or you can follow me on Twitter, which is at Dr. Nico Martini, DrNicoMartini. That's about it. Thank you so much. Hopefully this wasn't too painful. And enjoy the rest of your meeting.